Hey guys, it's Beth, and today I'm making a rustic Easter wreath. I used a 14-inch wreath frame from Dollar Tree. This little bunny was from a sign from Dollar Tree. Some twine, 4 rolls of ribbon. They are 4 yards each, 2.5 inches wide. 3 of them are wired, and 1 is a burlap ribbon. Some hot glue and Java paint. What I did for the ribbon was I took each of them and cut strips of 8 inches. I cut 18 strips for each pattern, so a total of 72 strips of ribbon. Once I had them all cut, I took each strip of ribbon, folded it in half, and fishtailed the ends. You can definitely skip this step and just leave them as they are. I just like the look of the fishtail ribbons better. Next, I need to put together my little sets of ribbon. So first thing I did was cut a bunch of twine strips because that's how we'll be attaching them. I take 1 of each pattern of ribbon, pinch it in the center, and crisscross them in my hands like a little X, just holding it nice and tight in the center. Taking the twine that I had cut, wrapping it around where I'm holding it, and tying it nice and tight. Just tied it a couple times, and then you're going to want to leave that twine long on the end because that's how we'll be attaching it to the frame. And you will need to make 18 sets of those. And once I'm done with those, I will be showing you another option you can use for attaching them to the frame. I just decided to use the twine instead because it matched my ribbons better. So this is another way you can attach them and skip the twine step. Take the pipe cleaner on the second ring from the outer edge, twist it around that frame, make your sets as you would, pinching them in the center, crisscrossing them back and forth, 1 of each pattern. And then you'll place it in the center of that pipe cleaner, and then twist that pipe cleaner a couple times around the center and tuck it underneath. I went with the twine because you can see the pipe cleaner in the center, and I just didn't like the look of it, so I went with the twine. So for the twine, I put it upside down, the little bunch of it, and then I'm working on the second and third ring, so the 2 center rings. I'm going to take the twine, wrap it around that second ring from the outer edge, knot it a couple times, and then cut off the excess. And then I'm alternating to the next ring in. Same thing, take that twine, wrap it around that ring, knot it a couple times, and trim off the excess. And then alternating again to that outer ring. So you'll be working completely on the center 2 rings. I did 2 on the outer ring and 1 on the inner ring for each little section. So you'll have 3 little sets in each section for a total of 18 around the entire thing. And then once you have it all filled in, just turn it over and fluff out the ribbon, straighten them out. And it looks super pretty as is, and you can definitely leave it this way. I just decided I wanted to add a little bunny to it. So I took this Dollar Tree bunny, removed the little bow, and took the Java chalk paint and just dry brushed it along the outer edge, and then did a little bit on that middle part on the ear. And then I took some twine and just wrapped it around my hand a bunch of times, probably about 8, and then removed it from my hand, pinched the center, took a piece of twine, wrapped it around the center, and tied it in a knot a couple times and just pulled it nice and tight, and then trimmed that excess twine. And I did make 2 of those. Once I have them both made, I take some hot glue, put it on the center of one, and then crisscross the other one right on top of it and glue them together, and just set that aside for now. I turned the bunny over, so this is the back side I'm working with, took a piece of twine and put some hot glue on top of it, put a little piece of the ribbon I used right on top of that, and I did that on the back of the bunny and more towards the front. And this will be used to attach it to the wreath frame. So I made sure to leave a long piece of twine from the top of the ribbon that I glued and the bottom on both of those. Next, I'm taking the twine flower I made and hot gluing it right about where I had removed that original bow. And then I decided I needed a little bit something more, so I just hot glued a button to the center. And then I just need to attach it to the frame. So what I did was just spread apart the ribbons where I wanted the bunny to go, and then tucked those twine pieces that I left hanging long in the back, tucked them around a couple of the pieces of the frame, the center 2 on this one, and just tied it in a knot a couple times and cut off the excess twine. And then I did the same to the end of the other end of the bunny. Just spread apart the ribbons, tucked down the twine, flipped it over, and just knotted that around a couple pieces of the frame. And then just fluff out your ribbons, and that is it. Super easy to make, and it turned out really pretty. Thank you guys so much for watching.